Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Good evening, everyone. Gene Collier is here and raring to go, as you can hear. I'm Bob Pompeani. Thank you very much, Susan Copen. We appreciate that. And we invite your opinions tonight on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. It's on the Borders and Borders hotline. It's 412-575-2600. You can also tweet us tonight at KDPomp, at Gene Collier. We begin with the Penguins, who continue to surge now. This is 7 wins of their last 9 games. First 2 periods tonight I thought were clinic, and as good as the Penguins have played all season long, they built a 4-0 lead. They added 2 more to make it 6-0 before they finally start thinking about vacation and the All-Star break, and then they allowed 3 goals to the Wild to make the final 6-3. But it's big points as they jump up in the standings. It's been really closely fought with all these teams, and by winning just a couple of games, you can move up significantly. We'll talk about that in a second. But Gene Collier is here from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, outstanding columnist, and this is the Penguins doing what they do. They get hot. Nobody epitomizes that more than Carl Hagelin, in my opinion. He has played some really good hockey right now. You expect the Stars to do what they're doing, and they are, but Hagelin and some of these young kids are coming through big time. Yeah, Hagelin in particular, and I'm glad you mentioned him, Bob, because I was listening to the postgame show the other night when Phil Borg mentioned that some of the guys had some extra hop in their giddy-up, and I think Carl Hagelin falls into that category. Actually, since I started paying attention to the Penguins in the second half of the season, Bob, they've been really good. They look like they did last spring, which was the last time I was paying attention to them. You have some hop in your giddy step, giddy up, giddy up. Absolutely. Well, it goes without saying. Every single night, right here on the Sports Call. 412-575-2600. So we'll talk about the Penguins, and now talk of a trade seems to be taking a back seat to what they're doing. I still believe they'll do something, but I don't think it needs to be anything major. Yes, they still need a better third line center potentially, but I think the one thing that I like about the Penguins, Gene, is the fact that if you go back to 2015, General Manager Jim Rutherford decided to bring up a lot of kids, and they played those kids, and those kids turned out to be contributors. I'm talking about Brian Rust, Connor Sherry, Scotty Wilson was one of them, Tom Kunako, and then last year was Jake Gensel. This year they bring up Simone, who's played well, and JSD. So maybe the answers lie within. Well, I mean, this is part of the secret of Pittsburgh's success. The Penguins, really when it comes down to it, are, in my view, the best organization in hockey, and that is the evidence that no matter who comes up, they play like NHL players, and that's a testament to everyone in the organization from top to bottom, Jim Rutherford, to every scout and every player development person. That's just one of the blessings that Pittsburgh Penguin fans have. We'll talk more about that as we move along here, but we're also going to talk about something that the Pirates said could not be done, and that is signing mega-dollar free agents, citing where they are in the small market. Yet, according to Nielsen, Major League Baseball's smallest market is Milwaukee in terms of viewers and what they have to deal from. And yet tonight they went out and spent a whole bunch of money. They offered and got Lorenzo Cain, who, by the way, is an outfielder older than Andrew McCutchen, 5 years, $80 million. And then they traded for Christian Yelich, one of the really, I think, good and up-and-coming young outfielders in the game. He is traded for 4 prospects. Milwaukee now all of a sudden is making a major push. And the difference, I think, with what Milwaukee is doing is what the Pirates didn't do back after 98 wins. They didn't want to add on to it. They went the other direction. Milwaukee, after I think they had 86 or 8 wins last year, Gene, they decided, let's keep going. Why not? Absolutely. Milwaukee is always a major offseason player. And, again, I mean, we hate to keep harping on this. Well, no, we don't. We like to keep harping on it. It goes right to ownership. Well, we'll talk about that, what you think about it. Cain, like I said, has some very good numbers, but he's 32. He's older than McCutchen, and the Pirates refused to go there because they cited age. Maybe his best years are behind him. Hey, he still can play. The Giants think differently, and the Pirates so far have done nothing in this offseason. 412-575-2600 is the number called. That doesn't mean they won't, and there's still time to do it. Oh, they won't. And we'll find out what they do right here. So give us a shout on that. We'll talk about that and anything else. Le'Veon Bell talk continues. What will they do? We'll get into that and more when we come back. But right now it's your turn to call us and air your opinion. So do so at 412-575-2600 or right here live on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.